Very good evening, friends. Meeting again with the new remedy in this session. Yesterday, we have learned one remedy from Cannabis family, that is the Cannabis indica. Today, we're going to learn its sister remedy, the Cannabis Sativa. This remedy has many wonderful cures in my practice. This remedy is a acute psychotic remedy. Its phase is acute, even though the miasm in background is psychotic, and it is a wonderful remedy in acute gonococcal urethritis. Very important remedy in gonococcal urethritis. I will share a case. This case was there nearly about around 7-8 years back. The fellow, a farmer, 45 years, typical from the village, a male person, was brought to me in a disturbed condition, and he was walking like this. He was keeping his legs apart, and he came in my OPD. Because I was watching on my cameras that he is walking in a different way. So I was suspecting he might be having some hemorrhoids or problems, etc. And he was walking like this, and he came and he sat over there for some time, but it was very difficult to sit him. He was continuously moving here and there and in agony. So my receptionist asked me, sir, this is some patient who is in problem. He wants to meet you urgent. I said, it's okay. So after finishing my first patient, I asked him to come inside. And then he said he's having very severe pain in his urethra, very severe. There is severe burning. He couldn't sleep all night. There was a history that he was admitted in one of the hospital in Sangamner for 4 days for the same problem. He was treated over there. He brought those paper, the discharge card, and diagnosis was urethritis, severe urethritis. And IV antibiotics were given. He settled for a week, and yesterday, the day before coming to me, yesterday, he suddenly had a severe pain in urethra again. Then he called same doctor who has suggested to take certain antibiotic tablets again, but it never worked. In the morning, he was in agony. One of his friend told that you go to Dr. Prasad Rasal and take homeopathic treatment, because otherwise this will not going to work. So he was in a very agony phase, came to me. He has given history in standing position, because if I asked him to lie down, he said no, it's not possible. Whenever I lie down, I used to get a severe pain whole night. I was in a standing position. I could not felt better in lying down position. Immediately my troubles increases. In fact, since yesterday night, I felt that I feared to go to the bed. That was his sentence. He said he brought his friend with him. No relatives, not even wife, not even son. No one came along with him. Asked, where are your relatives? He said, no, they are there in the home, but there is a problem. I could not tell them regarding this. Then he said, doctor, I want to tell you one thing. 15 days back, I went to the prostitute. There was an exposure 15 days back. What has happened? I am very sexually overexcited. I used to masturbate, but on that time, on that occasion, I could not control myself, and I went to the prostitute. After that, after 3-4 days after that, I started getting this, and I could not tell anyone. So this friend have brought taken me to that doctor. I was admitted over there for 4 days. I felt better. I felt okay. At least I have treated. Then I saw the reports, and reports it was diagnosed as a gonococcal urethritis. And then he says that there is a discharge from the urethra, and it is so painful, it is swollen. So I said, let us lie down over there. And when I saw, he said it is very difficult to lie down, but still he sat over there, he removed his pant. When I saw, the whole urethra was swollen, and there was a phimosis. Phimosis along with a discharge over there in the prepuce. It was not, the prepuce is not coming outside. It was swollen, tremendously swollen. And he was not allowing it to touch. That much painful it was. And more important thing, one more thing which he has mentioned over there, doctor, after discharge, I got the discharge from that hospital. I started getting urine. There was no burning, but urine was splitting. It has two streams. That was one important thing which he has mentioned at that time. And he said, this is the whole penis. I get the severe pain. So first thought was cantheris, acute burning urethritis. But cantheris has a urinary tract infection. It is simple urethritis is cantheris. Here, the exposure history was there, diagnosis was gonococcal urethritis, and it is an acute state. It is not a chronic, it is acute. This has happened just within last 10 days. In fact, not even 10 days, 8 days or 9 days. So it was an acute gonococcal urethritis. When acute gonococcal urethritis is there and patient is not able, patient's urethra is too sensitive, not able to walk clear, he keeps his legs apart because slightest touch to the urethra causes severe pain. And when the modality matches, that is aggravation by lying down, fear to go to bed, that is, there is one word, lectophobia, mentioned by Boric in his Materia Medica. That is nothing but fear of going to the bed. That is lectophobia. And that was present. So remedy from my point of view was very clear. I got the case of cannabis sativa. Till that period, I have utilized cannabis sativa for rheumatic complaints of gonococcal rheumatism. But this was an acute state, and in acute state, first time I got the case. So I have given him directly a cannabis sativa. Cannabis sativa 33 times a day, and I have repeated it for a week. I told him, just call me after 24 hours, what happens. Next day, his call was there, and he said, Doctor, nearly about 80 to 90% I'm feeling better. In fact, I slept whole night because of medicine. Day before yesterday, it was not possible, but today I slept whole night completely, and I passed the urine. Then I asked, let it continue, drink as much as water, and then meet me after a week. The next day, another for 24 hours, he called me and he said, Doctor, I am nearly about 100% better, but I want to show you something. So I said, yes, do come. And when he came, he said that the phimosis area, that swelling has reduced, and now it is retracting and it is settled. And then he said, this is the discharge which was coming on day one. It was little bit yellowish discharge from the urethra which was coming. I said, let it come out. That is more important. Let it come out. It will throw away, body will throw away, nature will throw away. And don't keep physical relations with your wife at least for another 15 days. He said, it's okay. And then he met me after week, after 8 to 10 days, and he was absolutely better with the cannabis sativa 30. It is a remedy which you can repeat. It bears repetition. It has action, same action as yesterday we have discussed, cannabis indica and cannabis sativa. 1 to 10 days action is there. So this is a wonderful remedy in acute gonococcal urethritis. Keep it in your Murex 200 is also acts better in this case, but Murex has only sensitivity. Yes, it is too sensitive remedy. Murex is another, but basically in Murex, it is more common with the females than in males. More common with the females. So this was cannabis sativa case. We'll go with the what Alan wants to say about it. There are many sensations which are very important. Cannabis sativa, common name is hemp. It is from Urticaceae, or the subfamily is Cannabisae. Sensation as of a drop of water was falling on or from single parts, on head, from anus, from the heart, from the stomach. That sensation is there, but I have not seen that sensation in any case up till now. Obstinate constipation causing retention of urine with constriction of anus. And this is very, very important feature. In fact, I've forgot to tell that feature was there. He has not passed the stools since the pain was started in there. So that was there with that patient also. The obstinate constipation causing the retention of urine. Exactly very important feature. You have to get the details about it. Patient when tells you that they get a flat stools. In Marathi, one of the patient, he called doctor, मला चपटी संडासला होती. That is very typical word which he has used. That is the ribbon-like stools of arnica. But why arnica has ribbon-like stools? It is because of prostatic enlargement which presses on the anus posteriorly in the rectum, and because of which stools becomes ribbon-like. That is the postural inflammation of the prostate gland. So similar thing here obstinate constipation causing a pressure over there on bladder, producing a retention of urine, which is there with the cannabis sativa. Contraction of fingers after sprain. So fingers get contracted because of sprain, but it is not because of directly with rheumatism. Because of sprain, they may get into the sprain. This next feature is a very important feature. There are many patients who comes to you with dislocation of patella on going upstairs. All of a sudden they are climbing stairs and patella get dislocated, and then they sit and then brings again it in place. I have seen 3-4 patients who came to me with dislocated patella. I have used this remedy. This is very important. Dislocation, easy dislocation of the ankles, which is the remedy? Easy dislocation of the ankles. Anyone who knows. You must know all those, these are the characteristics which are hints, clinical hints in practice.
Ledampal, sir.
No,
Carbanimalis.
ledum, it is not easy dislocation. Recurrent dislocation is natrum carbonicum. It has, that is recurrent dislocation of the weak ankles easily gets dislocated. That is the feature of natrum carbonicum. If patient has recurrent dislocation, recurrent sprains, the natrum carbonicum is a very important remedy. So dislocation of patella on going upstairs, this is cannabis sativa. No, never forget. Dyspnea or asthma where patient can only breathe by standing up. Very important modality. Don't forget. Patient is not able to lie down, not able to sit. He feels better only when standing up. Very, very, very important modality of cannabis sativa. Every patient gives you certain specific modality which is there in our materia medica. We never look towards it. Generally, we overlook and we used to use the common remedies. If you get such types of specific modalities, it has a meaning. So, can breath only by standing up is very, very important. Yes, Indranil, ankle dislocation, ruta is the remedy, ledampal is the, but recurrent ankle sprain, recurrent dislocation of ankle, the remedy is natrum carbonicum. Choking in swallowing, things go down the wrong way, and that is like anacardium. there is a problem that instead of going it into the food, going into the esophagus, it may enters into trachea and there is a cough and choking. That is very important feature which you can get in cannabis sativa. Now, next 3-4 paragraphs are very essential to learn. Acute inflammatory stage of gonorrhea. Underline this. The first stage, in fact, Boric has said it is first stage of urethritis, gonococcal urethritis, gonorrhea, acute inflammatory stage of gonorrhea. Gonorrhea is a disease where there is a yellowish mucopurulent discharge per urethra, either male or female urethra, caused because of Treponema pallidum is gonococcal urethritis. Acute stage, there is a yellowish discharge which starts from the urethra. Second stage, burning after urination, discharge is thick yellow, pus-like, cubeba is one more remedy. There are many remedies for the gonococcal urethritis. You can get it in thuja, you can get it in natrum sulf, you can get it in pulsatilla. There are many remedies. But first acute states, cannabis sativa, never forget. Urethra very sensitive to touch or pressure. The urethra is very sensitive, very. Patient is not allowing you to touch and he himself never touches it. That's why he walks, keeping legs wide apart. That is very typical with this cannabis sativa. Cannot walk with legs close together. Yes, this has been given in Allen also. It hurts the urethra. That is the problem. The touch of the legs causes severe pain in the urethra. That is very much characteristic of cannabis sativa. Few more things, that pain extending from orifice of the urethra backwards, burning, biting, posteriorly more sticking, and pains are more while urinating. So these pains throughout the urethra, even Boric has mentioned one word, zigzag pains throughout the urethra. That's what he has said. And because it is whole urethra is swollen. Tearing pains along the urethra in a zigzag direction. It is also given by Allen. Few features which are not given in Allen, but which are very essential, what I feel, just write it down in your book. There is phimosis. It is a very important remedy mentioned for phimosis, specifically after gonorrhea. There is one word which is used, urethral carbuncle. It is a urethra which is swollen and as if a carbuncle developed over there. It is so painful, very typical induration, which you can get over there. Stuttering speech. That is another feature which one should not forget in cannabis sativa, the stammering, stuttering speech, which is characteristic of this cannabis sativa. Lectophobia is the word used by Boric, fear of going to bed. Lectophobia means fear of going to bed. Then this is a remedy which is mentioned for gonococcal ophthalmia, producing sometimes corneal ulcers also and producing corneal opacity. But this is gonococcal. The infective focus is gonococcal. So keep it in your mind. Gonococcal ophthalmia producing an opacity in the cornea. This remedy cannabis sativa is mentioned for that. So these are very important things. This remedy was proved by Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. Action is 1 to 10 days. And very important thing that this remedy bears the repetition well. You can repeat it. Then there are similar to Cantharis relationship he has mentioned. Yes, Cantharis comes first in such a differentiation. But Cantharis has a simple urethritis. Here it is gonococcal urethritis. Capsicum, another remedy which is having UTI. Gelsemium, the gelsemium state is different, which easily you can differentiate. Gelsemium, dull, dizzy, drowsy, thirstless, because of which one can easily differentiate. One remedy which you cannot differentiate very easily is petroselinum. But petroselinum, the pains are so severe that patient is tossing in agony. He is running from bed to bed, dancing on a bed. That is the petroselinum in early stages of specific urethritis. So that is one more remedy which comes very closer to cannabis sativa in acute gonococcal urethritis. So these are the things which one must know regarding the cannabis sativa and use in your practice in such types of cases. You will never fail with this remedy and you can repeat it without fear. Second important thing, that don't go for very high potency, because cannabis acts very, even in material doses it produces its effects. That's why it is a remedy which acts even in low potency, it works well. Very occasionally you have to go for 200, not in rheumatic cases only you can think about the 1 m potency. Otherwise 30 is a better potency if urethritis is very marked. So that's all regarding the cannabis sativa. If any query, question is there, we can have a chat. Otherwise, we'll stop today's session. Any question, any query? So we'll conclude and we'll meet tomorrow again with another remedy and we'll continue with this. Ask your friends to join for this session because they will learn all those small remedies and which are very useful in homeopathic practice.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in yesterday's lecture, in Cannabis Indica, one rubric is there. Delusion is leading a vegetable existence. Means what, sir? Explain, please.
Just a minute. I will open. There are two rubrics, two remedies indicated for that. Delusion, he is leading a vegetable existence. Vegetable existence means the existence where the person feels that one thing I will tell you one example, the way patient has presented it to me, and then you will understand. Doctor, this patient I have seen in Nasik OPD in 2007 or 6. I was making a doing practice at Nasik also at that time. This fellow came and he talked to me in this manner. He was a patient of my student and he was handling him with sulfur and with sulfur he was better. Eczema was there. He was having eczema. But it was not getting completely cured. It was getting palliated with the sulfur. Then he came and he started talking. And my student who said me, sir, see his talk. He is more theorizing. He always, and that was clear that he was theorizing. Every time he was explaining, doctor, what I feel, I'm not the person of the on this earth. I am just living over here as an existence. My existence is somewhere else on another planet. I feel I cannot match with all those things. I'm a different person. Just as a I got this body and because of which I am here on this earth. I feel this is my existence, but this is not a real existence. My existence is that I used to be a person of a different planet. And that's why I could not get matched. This, and he was talking like this throughout. This was a typical presentation where one can find that whatever existence he is leading over there is just a existence, a physical existence, doesn't have, feels that he is not a part and parcel of this. This is what is called as a delusion, that he is leading a vegetable existence. So,
Yes, sir. Yes,
do you
sir.
get the feeling behind that? This is what is the
Yes,
feeling
sir.
over there.
Yes,
And I have given him cannabis
yes.
sativa on the same rubric, and it worked so nicely that that fellow settled within 15 days. He settled with that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Anything else?
So please put up one more rubric also you are supposed to explain.
Yes. Which?
So you just mentioned I will explain two rubrics.
No, these two remedies. No two rubrics. Remedy.
Okay, sir.
Just two remedies are there under this rubric. One is cannabis indica and second is ficus indica. But cannabis indica
Okay, sir. Thank
is a drug remedy, and theorizing is very characteristic with cannabis indica. So that was the meaning what I understood about the cannabis indica. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir. Thank you.
thank you, and we'll meet tomorrow. Good night.